Hello everyone, so I am Aleka Coro from DSEP Tuto. For today, I'm gonna discuss about the case that applied the Republic Act 4200. So I'm gonna answer a few questions related to the case that applied the Republic Act 4200. So the first question is, what is the case all about? So the case revolved around Francisco Chavez petition to invalidate the actions, rulings, and directives of the National Telecommunication Commissions, also known NTC, and Justice Department Secretary Paul M. Gonzalez. The petition claimed that the respondent had violated the rights to information and freedom of expression on issues of public concern, and that the NTC had overstepped its bounds by threatening suspend or revoke the airwave license of radio and television stations if they broadcast tapes purportedly between President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and Chairman of the Commission on Election, Garcilano. So the second question is, what are the facts of the case? So the 2004 presidential elections were declared to have been won by President Arroyo. The Garci tapes audio, which purportedly addressed influencing the election results in favor of President Arroyo, was played on the radio station DZMM, prompting charges of election manipulation. President Arroyo's voice on the recording was initially attributed to her by White House spokesman Ignacio Bonni, who later withdrew his claim. And Paul M. Gonzalez, the Secretary of the Department of Justice, requested an investigation into media outlets that aired the Garci tapes after they were released to determine whether they may have broken the anti-wiretapping. The NTC then released a press release alerting radio and television that playing Garci tapes could lead to their license being suspended, revoked, or cancelled. In light of this development, Francisco Chavez, a citizen, petition to validate the NTC's decision and Secretary Gonzalez Chavez directives claimed that the respondents' actions violated their right to free speech and the public's right to knowledge. So the respondent objected to Chavez's legal standing to sue, and the petition's sufficiency to satisfy the case or controversy requirement. On the merits, they maintain that NTC behaved legally and that their press release was a fair warning rather than censorship. Chavez responded to the respondent argument, claiming that his citizenship gave him the right to prosecute the lawsuit and that the NTC press statement amounted to prejudgment and a covered gag order. Third question is about what are the issues on the case. So apart from the term mining, whether the case involves the infringement of free speech and freedom of press, it presents the court with an opportunity to address several important aspects, clarifying the true nature of freedom of speech and freedom of the press, where may have been clouded by vague statements, defining the different types of speech and the legal restraints, discussing the fundamental concepts of prior restraint, content-neutral regulations, and content-based regulations, along with the constitutional standards by which they should be evaluated, and highlighting the increasing blurring of boundaries between the broadcast media. Fourth question is, what are the ruling of the Supreme Court? So, the petition claims that the respondent press release amounts to unlawful prior restraint, which calls for a closer look at this principle and its subcategory of content-based rules as opposed to content-neutral ones. The clear and present danger test which assess whether speech poses an obvious present danger of bringing about real harms that can be stopped by the government, was used by the court. The respondent evidence, according to the court, was insufficient to pass the test. Uncertainty surrounded the names of the voice on the tape as well as the veracity of the recorded discussion and the strength of the evidence supporting the wiretapping conduct. It was also unclear whether the broadcast recordings would be against the anti-wiretapping statute. The court upheld the use of free speech and free press since the respondent failed to present enough proof. Respondent's press release, according to the court, infringed the respondent's right to free speech and the freedom of the press and constituted an unlawful prior restraint. So there is certiorari and ban were issued to overturn the respondent's formal statement, cautioning the media not to air the purported wiretapping discussion. So the last question is, what are your takeaways from this case? So what is my takeaways from this case? Well, so in this case, I learned that we, as a student, have the skills to make our opinion and have the exposure to meaningful discussions about the complex interplays between free press, free speech, government regulations, and the broader societal implications. It helped me also to improve my critical thinking, gave me awareness about constitutional rights and an understanding of the judiciary safeguarding those rights. So that's all. I hope you learned something. See you next time. Bye.